Imagine a dog so tall it can look you straight in the eyes, a dog so powerful it was once used to hunt wild boars, yet so gentle, loving, and affectionate that it's known today as the gentle giant. Welcome back to DogLovers Nation. Today we're diving deep into one of the most majestic dog breeds in the world, the Great Dane. If you've ever wondered where Great Danes come from, why they're so big, or if a dog this size can really be a loving family companion, then stay with us, because by the end of this video you'll truly understand why Great Danes are unforgettable. So where did the Great Dane come from? Despite the name, Great Danes are not from Denmark. They actually originated in Germany over 400 years ago. Originally, Great Danes were bred from a mix of Mastiff-type dogs and Irish Wolfhounds, and their job to hunt wild boar, one of the most dangerous animals in Europe. These dogs needed to be extremely strong, fearless, fast, and tall enough to avoid those deadly tusks. German nobles admired them so much that they began keeping them in their castles, where they were known as Kammerhund or chamber dogs. They even wore velvet-lined collars and slept indoors, very royal treatment. So why are they called Great Danes? The name Great Dane actually came later, mostly due to confusion by travelers and historians. In Germany, the breed is still called Deutsch Dog, which means German Mastiff. But no matter the name, one thing is certain: this breed has always been associated with power, elegance, and nobility. But here's the twist. Despite their powerful past, the Great Dane of today is one of the most gentle and affectionate dog breeds you'll ever meet. If there's one phrase that perfectly describes the Great Dane, it's this: a giant body with a soft heart. You might see this towering dog and think they're all business, but nothing could be further from the truth. Let's dive into what it's really like to live with one of these gentle giants. So what's their personality like? Well, Great Danes are extremely affectionate. Seriously, they are some of the most people-oriented dogs you'll ever meet. They form incredibly strong, loyal bonds with their families and are surprisingly sensitive. This isn't a dog that does well being left alone for long periods. They crave company, and get this, many Great Danes genuinely believe they are lapdogs. Yes, even when they tip the scales at over 150 pounds. They will try their best to curl up on your lap for a good cuddle. These dogs thrive on human attention and being as close to their owners as possible. If you've always wanted a furry shadow that follows you from room to room, then the Great Dane is absolutely perfect for you. Now, a big question for many families: are Great Danes good with kids? The answer is a resounding yes. With proper training and, of course, supervision, Great Danes are excellent family dogs. They are naturally patient, gentle, and have a wonderfully calm demeanor around children. It's a beautiful thing to see. However, we have to be realistic about their size. A playful, clumsy Great Dane puppy can easily and accidentally knock over a small child without meaning any harm. That's why early training is crucial for both the puppy and the kids. Teaching children how to interact respectfully with a large dog is just as important as training the dog itself. Countless families will tell you their Great Dane became their child's best friend and devoted protector. What about other pets? Can this giant coexist with a tiny cat or another dog? Again, with early and proper socialization, the answer is typically yes. Great Danes usually get along very well with other dogs, cats, and even smaller pets. They aren't aggressive by nature. In fact, they're more like gentle diplomats who prefer peace and harmony over conflict. You just need to introduce them to other animals from a young age, so they learn that everyone is part of the family pack, regardless of their size. It's always amazing to see a massive Great Dane snoozing peacefully next to the family cat. So, does their size make them good guard dogs? Here's where it gets interesting. Great Danes are fantastic natural deterrents. Let's be honest, their sheer size and deep, booming bark are often more than enough to make any potential intruder think twice. They are very alert and deeply protective of their family, showing incredible courage when they feel their loved ones are threatened. But here's the key difference: they are not overly aggressive. A Great Dane is more likely to bark loudly to warn you of a stranger rather than immediately attack. So, while they might not fit the mold of a traditional, highly trained guard dog, they are absolutely phenomenal watchdogs. You'll always know when someone's at the door. Their presence alone provides a huge sense of security. So we've covered their sweet personality, their love for family, and their protective instincts. But now let's talk about the one thing everyone notices first. That incredible jaw-dropping size. In the next part of our series, we're going to explore just how big Great Danes really get, the stunning variety of colors they come in, and all the physical traits that make them so visually magnificent. Today, we're reaching the end of our deep dive into the magnificent Great Dane. We've talked about their history, their personality, and their training needs. Now it's time for the really important stuff, their health, lifespan, and whether this gentle giant is the right fit for your family. Let's get into it. One of the most common questions we get is, how long do Great Danes live? It's a crucial question for any potential owner. The average lifespan for a Great Dane is between 7 to 10 years. Now, that might sound short, especially when you compare it to smaller breeds that can live well into their teens. This shorter lifespan is largely due to their immense size, which puts more strain on their bodies over time. But I have heard countless Great Dane owners say the same thing. Even a few years with one of these incredible dogs is worth a lifetime of memories. The joy, the love, and the laughter they bring into a home are truly immeasurable. Now let's talk about health. Like many large and giant breeds, Great Danes are prone to certain health conditions. Being aware of these is key to giving your gentle giant the best life possible. One of the most serious and well-known issues is bloat, also known as gastric torsion. This is a life-threatening condition where the stomach twists and it requires immediate emergency veterinary care. To help reduce the risk, many vets and experienced owners recommend feeding your Dane multiple smaller meals throughout the day instead of one or two large ones. It's also incredibly important to avoid vigorous exercise right after they eat. Give them some time to digest and relax. Another common concern is hip dysplasia, a condition where the hip joint doesn't develop properly, which can lead to arthritis and pain. Heart conditions, like dilated cardiomyopathy, are also something to be aware of in the breed. And as you might expect with such a large dog, joint problems can arise as they get older. Regular checkups with your vet are essential. A good vet can help you monitor for these issues, recommend joint supplements if needed, and give you a plan to keep your Great Dane as healthy and comfortable as possible. A healthy diet and maintaining a proper weight are also huge factors in protecting their joints and overall well-being. So, after learning all this, the big question remains, is the Great Dane the right dog for you? Let's break it down. A Great Dane might be your perfect match if you are looking for a profoundly loving and loyal companion. These dogs form incredibly strong bonds with their families. They are the definition of a people dog. You should also have the time to dedicate to their training and, just as importantly, to bonding with them. They thrive on affection and being part of the family's daily life. Of course, you need to be prepared for their size, not just in terms of space, but also financially. Everything is bigger with a Great Dane. Bigger food bills, bigger vet bills, a bigger car to transport them, and yes, even bigger poops. It's a significant financial commitment, so it's important to be realistic about your budget. Finally, if you enjoy a calm, affectionate pet who would rather cuddle on the couch or try to anyway than run a marathon, then you'll love their gentle nature. They may look imposing, but their hearts are even bigger than their bodies. They are true gentle giants who just want to be loved. So what's our final message to the DogLovers Nation? The Great Dane is so much more than just a dog. For the people who love them, they are a best friend, a loyal protector, and a full-fledged family member. They are a gentle soul wrapped in a giant body, ready to love you with everything they have. The mark they leave on your heart is permanent. We hope you enjoyed our series on the amazing Great Dane. Ever wondered what it's like to share your home with a gentle giant? Let's talk about the magnificent Great Dane, one of the largest dog breeds in the world. Just how big are we talking? Well, adult male Great Danes can stand a towering 30 to 34 inches at the shoulder, while females are slightly smaller, at 28 to 32 inches. Their weight can range anywhere from 110 to a whopping 175 pounds, and sometimes even more. When they stand up on their hind legs to give you a hug, many Great Danes are actually taller than the average person. It's like having a small horse in your house, but one that wants to cuddle on the couch. Now let's get into their stunning looks. Great Danes have a short, sleek, and smooth coat that's surprisingly easy to care for, but it's their colors that really make them stand out. You've got the classic fawn, which looks like a beautiful sandy blonde. Then there's Brindle, with its striking tiger stripe pattern. Of course, there's the solid, glossy black and the elegant, steely blue. But the real showstoppers are the Harlequin, which is a pure white coat with irregular black patches, and the Mantle, which looks like they're wearing a black blanket over a white body. Each Great Dane truly is a unique, living work of art. You might think a dog this big needs a ton of exercise, right? Well, you'd be surprised. Despite their massive size, Great Danes are not super high-energy dogs. They're more like couch potatoes who enjoy a good nap. A daily walk, some light playtime, and a few short bursts of activity are usually enough to keep them happy and healthy. In fact, you have to be careful not to over-exercise them, especially when they're puppies. Their joints are still growing, and too much intense activity can cause serious damage. So, after a nice stroll around the block, they're perfectly content to just relax at home with their favorite people. So, does this mean you need a mansion to own one? Not necessarily. Believe it or not, a Great Dane can actually adapt to apartment living. As long as they get their daily walks, have enough space to stretch out their long legs, and aren't left alone for too long, they can be quite happy. They are generally calm and quiet indoors and aren't known for being constant barkers. They'd rather be a giant, furry rug in your living room than run laps around the furniture. Their calm demeanor makes them surprisingly good roommates for smaller living spaces. Owning a Great Dane is an incredible experience, but it's not just about their impressive size and beautiful looks. It comes with a lot of responsibility. These gentle giants have specific needs that every potential owner should be aware of. They're more than just a pet. They're a huge commitment in every sense of the word. Before you decide to bring one into your family, it's crucial to understand the full picture. That's why in our next video, we're going to have an honest conversation about the other side of owning a Great Dane. We'll dive deep into their health, their lifespan, and the common medical issues they face. We'll talk about the financial and emotional commitment involved. Our goal is to help you make an informed decision on whether this truly is the right breed for you and your lifestyle. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that important discussion.